The more violent storms were going to ravage through portions of Oklahoma and south central Kansas as our first high-risk day happened yesterday since March 31st of last year. So it's always significant. Storm Prediction Center does not issue a high risk very lightly, but back here in Nebraska, we did have our fair share of storm reports from the severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings that we did see across much of the area. Here's a look at all of those from the last 24 hours or so. I'm going to isolate hail first to show you some of the bigger reports that came in around $50 near Beaver City just after the noon hour. And then as you can see towards Papillion, closer to ping pong size hail was reported at about 8:35 last night. Now switching over to wind damage and thunderstorm wind damage that we've seen reported across the area. There was a tip camper with some minor tree damage out towards Cowles around 4:23 yesterday afternoon, and a few reports of damage in and around Beatrice near Wymore about 7:15. Damage to an outbuilding was reported, as well as damage to a residence with downed power lines near Pickrell. So some strong winds moving through, some hail, and a couple tornadoes were reported with the several tornado warnings we did have across the area. Just these two that were thankfully on the Iowa side of things. And thankfully, the severe weather risk throughout the rest of this week really diminishes. We're looking to get a much needed break for a lot of us, and I think a lot of us could really use that, and hopefully that's good news to you. Right now, South 6th and Perkins Street getting more light in the picture as we look at our Showens roofing camera. Temperatures are landlocked right at 48 degrees here in Lincoln and Beatrice. Meanwhile, running a little bit more mild towards Grand Island and Kearney at 56 degrees as one of the warmer spots on the map. And today, I think a lot of us get into the lower 70s, if not the middle 70s for a high, with those west and southwest winds helping out a bit and occasionally gusting up to 35 miles per hour by this afternoon. Right now, not too bad, around 5 to 15 miles per hour to the south and southwest, with a few clouds in and around as we look at satellite. There were a few radar returns of maybe some light rain in north central Nebraska. They are on the edge of the center of the low pressure system that's situated in South Dakota at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised as that low pressure system continues to spin in a similar position throughout the day today that we may see some heating during the day, kind of sparking some more of these light showers and light radar returns in northern Nebraska. Not expecting to see anything in southeast Nebraska until later this evening. We'll be on the northwestern edge of another system passing to our south and east, and maybe a little light rain chance in and around midnight that will come to an end pretty quickly. So that's our next rain chance, another small chance with some isolated thunder possible on Wednesday and into Thursday. But again, the severe weather threat very minimal for a lot of us. In fact, a severe weather outlook not in the forecast for several days, including looking at this weekend. How nice that shapes up for all those mothers and families looking to celebrate those moms. Yeah, a lot of sunshine, temperatures warming to the middle and upper 70s, and then even warmer next week, but taking a break for this weekend.
I imagine a lot of farmers markets will be used this weekend.
Ooh, good idea for a lot of that, yeah.
You're welcome. You guys can coin that for all your moms out there. All right, thank you, Jessica.